Alright guys, and welcome back to the Don's channel. I am the Donfather and I'm now going to be reacting to a video from Most Amazing Top 10 who do loads of scary urban stories from around the world. They do other stuff as well, but this seems to be the thing that I'm commonly reacting to when it comes to different countries. A lot of them that I've done have been in Asia, particularly Southeast Asia, but this time it's for India, because I have quite a few Indian subscribers and I want to give them some content that they might know stories of. So being from the UK, when it comes to urban legends, scary stories, ghosts etc, we're quite pessimistic to the idea. Some people would probably laugh it off, although there is some people that would genuinely believe in this stuff. But I would say as a whole, as a country of non-believers in a lot of scary urban legends as such. But let's see what the India stories have. I'm quite interested to see what they've got. Have they got different things altogether from what I've heard so far? Or is it going to be of a similar trend? Same sort of stories but in a different country. Let's get to it. No more talking. Let's go.
Today we are continuing our world.
Most Amazing Official. Check them out guys.
A highly
Subscribe.
requested country, India. India has more history than some other countries combined, and as always with history comes stories, and some of them are pretty scary. My name is Danny Berg. If you're ready, let's take a look at the top 10 scary Indian urban legends. Starting off at number 10 now, we have the Munachwa. In 2002, the Indian state of Uttar Pradesh was gripped by a panicked frenzy. People had reported seeing the Munachwa, a beast that's name roughly translates to the face scratcher. It would reportedly dash through the air at night like a UFO, emitting red and green beams of light. When it got close, it would then slash people's faces with steel claws, leaving deep scratches
like Freddy Krueger with wings.
As the panic continued, the theories began.
Wolverine.
Some people said it was an angry spirit or even an elemental creature. Pakistan's intelligence agency even chipped in to suggest it was a chemically engineered insect. Whatever it was, people were so scared they held special ceremonies at their local temples to ward away the face scratcher, and some believe it may return again. We have Nailba. In the 90s, there were reports of a witch visiting houses in Bangalore, India. She would come at night, knocking on the door and calling out to the person inside. What's really creepy is she was said to use the voice of one of the person's relatives, especially their mothers. If they opened the door, they'd be dead within 24 hours. As panic spread, rumours of a solution did too. Some said to write Nailba on the door, which means come tomorrow, so the witch would see the sign and just return the next day instead. For many years after, this became a tradition, a way of warding off evil spirits. Some say that Nailba has now been forgotten though by the younger generation, who have now put themselves at risk of the witch returning again. Next up,
come tomorrow, come never.
Of Pavagada. In 1983, several young girls younger than 5 went missing at night in the village of Pavagada. They were taken right under their parents' noses, but nobody saw who or what did it. On one occasion, villagers found a pool of blood and the clothes of the missing child. The footprints of an animal were visible, and the police dogs tracked the scent back to a cave, its entrance blocked by a wall of bricks. The police claimed that man-eating wolves were on the prowl.
Wolves, I can believe.
Why would all the targets be girls if it was wolves? All of them the only daughters of their parents. Why were they always taken from their sleeping parents, and why were there no drag marks on the ground? One father even reported the wolf threw stones at him. This led some locals to believe the children were actually taken by a cult of black magic practitioners.
This could be the case.
Using them as a human sacrifice to the goddess Kali. To this day, the case remains a mystery. Coming in
black magic.
We have the
Don't like that
miracle.
stuff.
20 years ago, a rumour began spreading around India that Ganesh idols everywhere were drinking milk. When people held a spoon or bowl of milk to the lips of the idols, the milk would just slowly get depleted. In just a few hours, news of this has spread beyond India to Hindu temples in the UK, Canada and the US, who were reporting the same phenomenon. Hindu organisations announced that a miracle was happening. Some scientists have claimed it was caused by a mix of surface tension, the capillary effect, and also confirmation bias. What do you guys think? At number 6 now, we have Jalek Dikhalaja. That's the name of a song by a popular Indian musician back in 2006. It dominated the music charts for weeks, but among all of the hype, there were some darker stories attached to it. Some people said the song was attracting the dead. In the small village of Barledge, locals claim that one of the lyrics was acting as a call for ghosts. They said people were becoming possessed by evil spirits after hearing the song, and they were going to their local priest to be cured. It was also claimed that listening to the song in the local graveyard was practically inviting a possession. In the end, fear of the song grew so much that the village actually banned it. Nobody was allowed to play it. Presumably the possessions then stopped. What do you guys think of that? Can a song on the radio really be cursed? Next up at number 5 now we have Monkey
If you
Man.
believe.
In 2001, people in Delhi claimed that an ape-like monster was roaming the streets at night. It was said to be attacking people. The description of the Monkey Man differed, but it was about 4 feet tall, covered in thick black hair, with a metal helmet, metal claws, glowing red eyes, and 3 buttons on its chest. Many people reported being scratched, and some even said 2 or 3 people died when leaping from the tops of buildings or stairwells in a panic. It's been years since the event, but some people still claim the Monkey Man is out there and could attack another day. Coming out number 4 now we have Kuldara. Established in the 13th century, this used to be a prosperous Indian village for hundreds of years until the early 19th century when everyone disappeared. Years later, some historians said this was due to a lack of water or heavy taxes on the people there, but the legend is much darker. People say that the leader of the area was attracted to a beautiful girl from the village. He sent his guards to force the villagers to hand over the girl. The villagers asked the guards to instead return the next morning, and while they were gone, they abandoned the whole village. The village chief then cursed the abandoned village for eternity, meaning anyone who lives there will die.
Whoa.
Those who have dared to stay there overnight have reported supernatural happenings such as shadows in the night, footprints, and mysterious noises.
I've seen the thing, this is a bit of a tourist attraction for people to go to.
For many people, this is the Indian equivalent of the North American Bigfoot.
The Yeti
Barong is an ape-like creature said to inhabit the subtropical forests in northeast India. It's been described as a large, hairy, bipedal hominid. The locals call him the man of the jungle, and some say they've seen it for generations. More often though, they hear it. Its strange calls echoing out across the rice paddies.
I can believe
Some
this.
say it stands 10 feet tall and weighs over 600 pounds. In 2008, a group of Yeti hunters gave 2 hairs they found to a renowned British primatologist. After examining them, Ian Redmond said they most closely resemble human, chimp, gorilla, or other so-called Yeti hair samples. But with or without science to back it up, the legend still lives on. Next up, number 2 now, we have the White Lady of Sanjay Van. In the forests of Sanjay, people have reported seeing a spectral woman in a white sari. She is said to walk among the banyan trees before disappearing into the night. Some reports say they've seen her hanging from the trees and that this is actually what ended her life. One local said she comes alive at night when those leaves start glowing. There are many such lovely spirits here. Personally, I wouldn't use the term lovely to describe that. She's also said to wave at you and then disappear. That's a definite note from me. And finally, number 1 now, we have the Onion Witch. In 2005, reports of a witch visiting homes in Delhi was said to be linked to a number of deaths in the Indian capital. According to the rumours, a witch in the guise of a hungry woman rang people's doorbells and asked them for an onion. If she was given the onion, she would cut it in half and blood would squirt out. The onion donor would then die instantly a moment after realising what was happening. Some say it wasn't just one, but rather 3 witches doing this. Locals began applying palm prints of turmeric and henna on their doors to ward off the witches, and some still fear their return. Well, there you go guys. I've heard a lot of fascinating things about India in my life, but I must admit I was pleasantly surprised to find out that it has such creepy stories. I'm sure I've only touched the surface too.
I believe
so. Let me know if you'd like a part 2 of this, or if I should do your country next. Thanks for watching, as always guys. My name's Danny Burke, and I will see you all in the next video.
Good stuff. That's Most Amazing Official, guys. Do check them out, do subscribe. There's some cool stories. Whether you believe them or not, they're good stories. And a lot of films are based off these types of stories, aren't they? Horror movies are born out of it. When it comes to some of the stories, I'm not sure I believe them, but I'm not saying that they're not true. I'm just not sure that I believe, because again, you have to experience these things or know people that's experienced these things in order for your belief to grow. And as I say, we're quite a pessimistic bunch to this sort of stuff over here in the UK, although there's always that fear that it could be real, so I'm not completely dismissing it. But a couple of stories there I could believe in. Not so, yes, with the wolf one, the wolves could have been eating the children, but when they dug into it deeper and they realised there was no trail tracks of the wolf taking the girls, why was it always a girl when the parents were sleeping? What was the wall thing all about in the cave? Why was it a blocked off wall? We never explained that actually. But there was a young girl from the family where the parents were always sleeping and they were took away, and there was no sign of blood or a trail as if the wolves had been dragging them, and people actually believed it was black magic. People performed black magic. Maybe they were using these girls as sacrificial sort of gifts to whoever they were praying to. Either way, a wolf, I could believe, could attack a child, and also black magic is very much real. People are using it. Whether or not the magic they're creating is real doesn't matter. There's human beings killing because they believe in this stuff, which is quite frightening on its own, never mind any magic of such. So that there, those dark arts, I don't really like them. I find them quite disturbing and freaky on their own without any need for magic. The Yeti is a story that's around the globe, isn't it? I like to believe that there possibly is something like it. When you say of the different type of primates that there were over the hundreds of thousands of years, there's been Neanderthals, Homo sapiens, there's hobbit-like people. Why wouldn't there have been like a hairy Yeti type ape living once upon a time on the earth? And there's so little of them left anymore. But why is it so hard to also find them, considering we pretty much know a lot of things about the planet? Why have we not been able to capture one of these big, if it's 10 foot tall, why can't we find one on camera? Why is there no proper substantial video evidence and scientific facts to this? This is the problem I have with believing it, but also I do believe there could have been something like that once upon a time. So there's where I draw the line in the debate. It's like the old scenario of the Loch Ness Monster. Is the Loch Ness Monster real in Scotland? We don't know. However, could there have been something like that lived once upon a time in the Loch Ness or in the seas of Scotland? Yes, I believe there could have been. But it's a great tourist story, isn't it? So I 100% believe it's a true story. If you're coming to Scotland, come and have a look and look for the Loch Ness Monster. It could be there, guys. Nobody can prove that it isn't yet. So good stories there. A couple of things there where they've had something on their door. I can't just remember off the top of my head what they said it was. Come again tomorrow, it translates. Why would you want it to come again tomorrow? I'd be writing, never come back again on my door. Go away for good. You're not coming back to my house. The thing with the witch with the onion and the blood spills out, I'm sorry guys, I can't believe this stuff. Freakish. The little thing with the monkey, 4 foot tall, running around with a motorbike helmet on, that made me laugh. Apologies for laughing if you believe in that, but it sounds quite bizarre to me. And the one with the green and red lights in the sky, with like the Freddy Krueger or the Wolverine from the X-Men claws, and Pakistan claimed it was some sort of chemical robot type insect thing that they believe could have been attacking people. The story seems mental to me, but again, it can't be dismissed until it's completely studied and rubber stamped false. So as long as you believe it, it's true, guys. Great stories anyway. Some 10 most amazing urban legends of India. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I enjoyed watching it. Good stories. I hope they're not real for you in your area. I hope you're not experiencing these things. If they are real, scary stuff, guys. Good luck with that. If you've anything else you'd like to see me reacting to, please feel free to drop a comment in the section below. And don't forget, subscribe to the Don's channel and put the bell on as well, and that'll alert you to any of the videos we release. Thanks again for watching. I am the Donfather. Peace and goodbye.